Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a test and I'm doing on a 5.0 Volvo Penta MEFI 4 computer. This is a computer that was sent to me from a company in Canada. The name of the company is A&E Marine. Ryan sent me this computer and just a brief of what we discussed. Let me make sure I don't have all his information showing, even though this is a business, so I don't think they will mind. But I'm just going to put them in here just a brief second so you guys can stop the video and if you want to read it. But so he asked me if I can test the computer, and as you can see, I have it running. We have no injector bank one working, fuel pump is working, IEC is working, and we can see the activation right here. And we can see that on the oscilloscope pretty soon. I'm going to show everything. I just want to discuss a little bit of our conversation so I can share this with you. There is a company, a person in Canada, sorry, in California, that has a big name on the industry of MEFI computers. Um, this guy has calibrations. I don't know if he worked for Bobo Penta before or what he did, but he has, protected that and he doesn't share that with nobody. And then that way he has gathered a name because he said that he can repair all the MEFI computers. Well, he's not repairing any computers. All he's doing is a reflash on your calibration. And but that he does not explain that to the customers. He just tell the customer, "Oh yeah, sure, send me the computer. I will test it for you. If it's repairable, I will repair it, no problem." And then when the computer is not repairable, he tries to keep the computer and not send it back to the customer. Reason I know that is because a few of the customers that has sent a computer to me go that route later, try to find a solution because when I deem a computer bad is because it's not repairable. And I always share in my videos why I'm deeming the computer bad, opening the computer, showing the results, and explaining. Actually, I just tested another computer for another company in Canada, Jackson uh, Pacific Marine. I will upload that video shortly, and you can see that one as well. And the reason I haven't released it is because I want to release both at the same time. Then you can see the test that I perform when I condemn a computer that's not repairable. But so this guy again, all he's doing is again flashing a computer and making promises that he cannot deliver because he is not repairing a computer. And then he's deeming computers bad and telling people to throw away or he's not returning the computers and then making people, either throwing away an engine, changing harnesses, doing major repairs or major changes on his boat without really being truthful because he is not repairing again anything. If you are just doing a calibration and then that didn't correct the issue, all you should say to your customers, well, this is as much as I can do. I tried the calibration, but that didn't work, so that's it. And then you will not be lying. But when you promise a customer that you're going to test and if it's possible repair, then repair the computer, you are indeed lying because as you can see, this computer was never touched. So how can you test a computer and deem it bad without even testing it? I mean, I share my videos, computer is running, yes, the injector number one or injector bank one is not working, injector bank two is working. The computer is running, it's having communication, the IEC is working. If you see his comments in here, Ryan is telling me, I have included the Volvo Penta, I have removed customer balls, blah, 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 the other previous issue. Let me just see. Our diagnostics has confirmed that one of the injector driver has an output. The other previous issue that we have found in the echo was that the fuel pump crown was no longer valid. And that I will check, but right here is working and we can see that the fuel pump relay is good because remember, this is the fuel pump relay in this computer. I'll show that this is not controlling directly, the pump is controlling a relay. But yeah, so I will have to look into that, make sure that what I see here, and I have, let me just go back to here, I have in the green channel, let me just see, make sure, yeah, green channel is the fuel pump, and we have right now in there, let me just do a zoom, well, actually, I don't really need to zoom too much, but that is being pulled to 1.16, so it's not really a perfect ground. I have to check that, but that will be enough to pull relay. And let me turn the computer off so I can turn that off. That circuit should go off, and now is in voltage. So if I take the zoom off, we can see that now that went actually to battery voltage, right? Because that's what it should go. So we got around 11.82. That is what that circuit is providing. So if I turn the pump or the computer again on, we can see that that indeed was pulled down to, 952. So around there, it's not uncommon for relays to have, it depends, if the relay that I'm using, it has a diode, and most likely that's the way this setup is, it will not pull that 100% down to ground because it's protecting the circuit. But I will definitely check that. I can see a nice and bright um, light in here. This has built-in relays internally, and that's just a confirmation that the relay was being pulled, and it's nice and bright. But yeah, so going back to the conversation again, um, we had previously sent this ECM to another repair business who confirmed that the injector bank was producing no output and indicated that the IA controller was not functioning. He stated that the ECM was not repairable and charges, whatever he charged to ship it back. Upon receiving the ECM, I reconnected in the engine and confirmed the body that was able to connect and read the parameters. The previous reader cleared the injector driver DTC. He wants me to test it and see if that is the case. The reason that I also want to share our conversation is because reading, let me just find it for resilience and repair. Let me just find that part and I will get you in there. Okay, actually, it's right here. So this is the conversation. He was very polite in the letter, but I want to share. So I recently sent the ECM to another repair shop in USA, and quite frankly, I'm disappointed with the service, or more appropriately, their lack thereof. I was advised by the technician that the injector be dead and the egg dead as well. There was no attempt to repair it. I could see as the cover has not even been removed, and yeah, it was never removed. They also were originally not even interested in sending the ECM back to me, but after paying them the 160 they did. So uh, I said, I can definitely test the module and it can be repaired or not. I will record a video of the full test I perform and give you a full diagnostic report. Most likely you got taken care of by this person in California that most people will know who I'm talking about. And I'm just guessing because it sounds as his way of doing business, well, more the way he takes money away from people. Because I honestly, if you're not doing nothing, then plugging in, and oh yeah, the computer I cannot fix because of obviously it's an ejector driver. He knew since the beginning that he could not fix this computer because a bad ejector driver, he cannot fix that with a flash. You can fix, when you have, a rich condition or something like that, because that's most likely map, the maps in the computer that maybe got skewed a little bit. And then so if you change the readings on the sensor values, let's say, if the computer right now is reading zero point 0.5 on the TPS and it's taking that as a 10% and instead of being, zero point 0.5 volts zero, he can change that with the flash. And then yes, the flash will correct and will fix those concerns, even though you are not fixing nothing physically in the computer, you will correct that concern with a new flash. I mean, we all know that in the automotive sector. Uh, Not many on the marine sector understand that a little bit, but I'm trying to explain that as well here. So yes, why is he doing that and not being crystal clear like I am with the technicians or customer? They call me, it's like, Mike, can you change the calibration on this computer? No, I cannot. Not on Volvos. He is the only one that I have tried to gather information because I would like to offer that service to customers and then I can give 100% checked and test and corrections for the customers. But he has gathered those and he protects them as to the end of the world, even though these computers are going obsolete. And these are 2005, 1999 MEFI ones, and even before that, 1990s to probably 2004 and 5 on the MEFI 4s, and they're now being removed and going away. But as me, I'm trying to provide a service to a customer. and then keep that boat from running. I mean, you had a beautiful boat that you don't want to replace an engine just because of a computer like this. There is some other routes that we can do. You know, there is some other companies now that have taken care of creating a harness and then build their own computers. This is still a little pricey, but it can make that boat still function. And I applaud those companies that are looking forward to help customers not to change an entire engine and harness and everything. They made that so we can work and make those boats still be usable because they're well kept, right? So it's like you have an antique car. You don't want to throw it away. You want to make sure that you keep it nice and it's kind of like a pride. It's beautiful to have those antique vehicles and antique boats working, and that's what I'm looking for here. All right, enough of that talking. Hopefully, that is not is going to steer too much people away. But what I'm trying to show or share with this is be aware of that. Again, I think it's something MEFI and a B, U, R, and something else. You understand who I'm talking about. Be careful when you're sending a computer to him. Ask him that if the computer is not repairable, what he will charge for the computer to be back and if he will record a video of the test he does. Obviously, he is not going to do any of that because he doesn't care about you. He is just caring about not sharing anything because he's not getting anything. Connect his system literally takes 2 minutes and he's trying to get $200 to do that. All right, so again, just be careful with that. All right, going onto his computer, Ryan and A&E Marine, I definitely can reproduce your concern here as far as no injector. I can see the pump pulling down good. I will still try to address that a little more. I can definitely see the activations on the IAC. With the IAC, I got everything. I put stack. Let me change that to IX so I can save this data here. So as you can see, I got the nodes. The yellow channel is the IX, and I got it connected right here to the IX, so we can see the changes. You can see that was in green. If I change, and we can see those changes in there. When it's high, it's going to be in green. When it goes to red, and we can see it goes red, green, red, green. We can see those same results in the oscilloscope. So yes, it is a signal in there. If I change the RPM, we can immediately see the IAC responds more to that, and you can see it right there, right? So we can definitely see a completely working functional IAC. The injector milliseconds will change as I am also raising the RPMs and then changing the map values because those are in conjunction with that, and we can see indeed here that we went to 4.2 milliseconds, at least on my screen in here. Again, if I change the RPM down to idle again, when I come down to idle, I am in 1100. I'm trying to go over to like 750 or so, which is what idle is looking now. We can see 3.6. And if I change the map to a normal idle reading, we can get around what the computer is looking for to have in there, which is around there. Map is in 12.6, so that's perfect. And my idle 725, 768, so very close to it. But yeah, so we got definitely trouble codes. We can get the trouble codes. We can get that fold back in there. And why am I getting that fold back in there? Because I am running the computer. He didn't run the computer. He didn't do anything in there. So, Bob, please uh, be honest with your customers. I am trying to be as crystal clear, recording a video of the test. And if I do test more, I will open this and show you what might be done or not. I mean, if these computers internally, I have actually a picture opening here that I can show you. These computers internally, they have components that can or not be replaced. As you can see in the injectors, definitely I can replace those, but this is also part here of injector circuit. So if these drivers, because these pre-drivers get damaged, I cannot replace those. Those are crystal hybrid components that are pretty much built with the board. I mean, they're printed with the board as they are doing all this. This is a hybrid ceramic board. But these ones, no problem. I can replace them. I can replace all this. These I cannot. So yes, it's like 80 to, I would say maybe 80% of the components on these computers I can replace, and I have them all in stock. But yes, there is some limitations to these repairs that I always explain to the customer before they send me a computer. And they say, Mike, please try your best. I know that if you cannot repair it, it's because it will not be repairable. But then I got, probably I would say 95% success rate because most of the times, if the computers are sent on the right time, I can fix them. If it's too late and somebody, connect the battery backwards or apply a power when it's not supposed to be applying, let's say, apply 12 volts in a 5-volt sensor, that will burn the regulator and that is not repairable. Sometimes it's not somebody, sometimes it's the same boat. The harness gets damaged, corrosion and water, obviously, in lakes or ocean. That vibration opens the harness and close to metal, and then now you have a 12 volts wire close to the 5-volt reference, and then get shorted together. And goodbye, computer, because that is sadly something that I cannot repair. Um, Again, this will be part one because I'm already in 15 minutes. I'm trying to share the test, share the information on be careful who you send the computer to be tested to, and ask questions. Always ask questions. Try to get as much as information from the company you're going to be working with, and don't get ripped off, right? All right, guys, this will be part one. First testing on A&E Marine computer. Talk to you later. Part two is coming with more testing. I'm going to open the computer and I'm going to see what is wrong with it and then give recommendations to Ryan and see if they approve the repair. All right, talk to you later. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye bye.